Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you the daily vlog for Wednesday, February the 23rd on this cold winter day. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is a really big bombshell that I found out this morning on Twitter, and that is that Paul Wight, aka The Big Show in WWF, is now a part of All Elite Wrestling. Supposedly he's going to be doing some commentary on a dark show on Monday. I'm curious to see if he's going to be wrestling. For those of you guys that remember Paul Wight, he actually started his career in WCW back in 1995 as the Giant. He might have had other names before then and in other promotions, but the first mainstream appearance was in WCW, and as you guys know, that was on TBS and TNT. So it kind of makes sense to kind of get some of the old WCW guys back, and I don't know if Sting was maybe in his ear, I don't know if Tony Schiavone maybe was in his ear, or maybe it's the fact that WWF does not know how to use people. Maybe Big Show wanted to wrestle, and the WWE said, no, you're too fat, you're too old, we're not going to use you. Well, if another company will use you, in my opinion, that is AEW's gain and WWF's loss. Now, here is where things get complicated. If they fuck up the Big Show like they're fucking up Sting and like they fucked up Chris Jericho in 2020, as MJF in the Inner Circle is doing nothing for Jericho. And in fact, it's tarnishing his legacy, along with fighting people like Pockets and all these other mid-carders, and he can either barely win or gets upset. I think that the Big Show is going to be used in the same way, kind of like the Big Show in the later years was used to put talent over, which while it did work, it kind of devalued the Big Show. And maybe WWF felt that, well, if Big Show's not doing anything, he's not that big of a deal. I don't think Mark Henry's going anywhere. I don't think Mick Foley's going anywhere. We saw Bret Hart do a couple of things with AEW. I think Diamond Dallas Page has also done things with AEW. Don't rule it out. Both of them obviously were with WCW at one point, so it kind of makes sense. Mick Foley's darker years were in WCW as Cactus Jack, as his mainstream fame obviously came from WWF. A little bit of stuff in Impact before he came back to the WWF, but I'm pretty sure Mick Foley's staying put. And this just goes to show you that the WWF product is getting stale, and that's evident when you have mid-carders like The Miz winning the title from Drew McIntyre, who's supposed to be your biggest babyface, and doing nothing with him the following day on Raw. WWF creative just needs to get fired altogether, unless, of course, MVP is a part of that, because I feel that MVP is gold right now. For those of you guys that catch my live stream earlier today, I'd like to thank Stubbsy for the 510 bits, and also for the gifted sub to Curtis. Appreciate both of the donations. There is a membership on YouTube and like 10 botted follows, I think. If it's a legit one, I will credit it in tomorrow's daily vlog. If it's not, we'll leave it like it was. Today was the first day in a while that I actually had the windows open because it felt so hot in my room from all my electronics, and it felt really good. I still have the window open as we speak. I'm kind of glad that I dressed up with a hoodie, and of course, the standard HollywoodShono shirt that you might have seen me wear in the past. I love this Randy Orton hoodie. It is badass. So we ended up doing Act 4.3 and a little bit of 4.4.2 on my third account, and it made me realize, why am I waiting so long for my best champs to come out of Quest when I don't need them? I have a feeling that I can get to Act 5.2.4 without the champs in Quest, so you might see me doing some more pushing tomorrow as well, and then finishing off the Uncollected run on Friday before Bravely Default 2 comes out. Now, I also need to push for Cavalier on the second account, and this is where it's probably better that I take it easy on Arena until round 2 to get Super Scroll, aka Shrek, until Monday. I think that's the better way to do it. I just want everybody to know as well that except for Friday with Bravely Default 2, unless I get the game early at like 4 o'clock, there will be 0 interruptions to the Vince and Shono show. Also, there's supposed to be a big follower revamp in Diablo 3. I was looking at the PTR notes. They're testing out followers having all the gear slots that a regular player has, and some of the legendaries do work on your single player character. This is actually a huge little change, and one that I think might be good for the game. So I'm actually curious about how this is going to work. Now, I know that normally you can't use followers in multiplayer games, but sometimes I want to play by myself. Sometimes I like playing my Whirlwind Barb and just trying to grind out those solo rifts by myself. Sometimes I just like grinding by myself in Diablo 3. So I will be playing the next season, whenever that is. Since there's a PTR for season 23, I reckon that there's going to be some more stuff. But another thing that I'm curious about, Firebirds is getting a major buff. Supposedly they're changing it so Disintegrate now has a chance for the people to burn until they die. This was a big change from having to put multiple debuffs and then they can burn and die. So I think that's going to be a big change. I can't wait to actually test out Firebirds on a wizard. So you can bet your bottom dollar next season I'm going to be playing Diablo 3 hardcore. I don't care what games Napa tries to get me involved in, and I still might check it out. But the the Vincent Shono show, as soon as the new season of Diablo comes into play, will be Diablo 3. Now, if I get Bravely Default 2 at like noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then we'll probably do a Bravely Default 2 stream during the day. And then later in the day, we'll probably just continue doing the Vincent Shono show, but it depends. I think he said he's getting the game next week, but I'd like to continue playing with Vince. So I think that unless I get the game at like 7 or 8 o'clock, Vincent Shono show will be going according to plan. Also, I just found out yesterday, Beth's Jeep is unrepairable, and she's got to find a new vehicle. So if anybody has an older vehicle that they want to sell Beth for a fairly reasonable price, one that might be collecting dust, please contact Beth Batches on Facebook or leave a comment here. Maybe we can figure something out. But Beth is on the market for a car. She needs a new vehicle. If anybody can help her with that. Finally, it was such a nice day out today that I almost wanted to go for a walk. And if I would have seen that the sidewalks were all melted, I probably would have done that. One of my goals, now that I'm a little bit older and now that my metabolism isn't what it used to be, I think in order to keep my cardio up, I need to go on walks. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing once the weather gets better and we're talking 50s or 60s. I'm going to also adjust my sleep schedule earlier. So I'll probably start sleeping immediately after the Vincent Shono show. I'll probably get a morning walk in around 9, get streaming by 10 or 11. That is a hopeful plan by April, is that I can get back on kind of a semi-morning sleep schedule, maybe still play till 1 with Vince and then go to sleep, wake up at 9 or 10, force myself up that early. That way I can enjoy more time out here during the day and not sleeping in till like noon, 1 o'clock. I need to get started earlier in streams because I do have a lot of people from other countries that check out my streams. I even had one from India today. I believe his name was Faded Fatality. I think that I can capture a larger audience streaming during the day, at least for the foreseeable future, than I do later at night. And I don't know if it's because maybe people aren't into console games like mobile games, but it seems like the bulk of my audience is from about 10 a.m. to about 8 p.m. Let me know if you guys would like to see earlier streams rather than later streams. I know the Vincent Shono show is going to continue as planned. I have no plans to stop playing with Vince at all, but I'm going to get inside because I'm a little bit cold now. It's probably dipped from 52 earlier today. It's probably in the 40s now, but I'm going to get inside, make some food. Thank you all for watching this daily vlog. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you think anybody else is going to get signed over to AEW. The big show is a huge deal. I'm probably going to check out both NXT and AEW tonight. I will be video chatting with Beth. Once again, if you guys have a car that you could sell Beth, let us know. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow for yet another daily vlog, potentially under the green screen, potentially a car daily vlog.